is not a Sunday.
No, it's not. No, we are sort of beginning where it all began, sort of thing. Full circle.
Yeah, we need to finish what we started.
Yes, definitely. And here he is. Here's the end result.
Mine's behind me. I would have mine lit up, but I power modded it, and we'll get onto it. It's an absolute pain changing the batteries on it.
Yeah, I've left the remote. He's in the front room, and I've sort of left the remote in there, so I could turn him on, but I don't know what would actually. Hang on, I could turn his little head on. Hang on. There we go.
So there
his eyes light up.
One complete Optimus Prime from the Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, definitely. I think the better out of the two that are available.
I think definitely more detailed.
Far more detailed, yeah. It's it's you can see how big he is.
Yeah.
And he comes with his two swords. He's got two blasters, two heads as well.
Yeah.
Coming on to the two heads, I think they should have supplied the whole head.
Well, I was going to say that a couple of cons, and there are with every model, is instead of two iron blasters and two swords, could we not have had two heads and then we could have just changed the heads quite easily?
Yeah, well, I was very lucky. So I subscribed to this originally, got pack 1 and 2, or issues 1 and 2, pack 1, and Fanhome reached out to me and said, would I be interested in building it? And they supply it to me. I said, of course. They said, the only problem is we'll be sending you pack 1 again.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I built it, and the spare packs actually were in the cupboard just here, just lying there all that time. And then when I found out that we get a second head, which was completely like an offshoot, I didn't really realise any of that. Yeah. I was very lucky that I kept the pack 1, but I feel that they should have supplied the whole head instead of just the middle part. I mean, it is quite easy to take the head off and the two side bits, but it's a bit of a pain if you want to swap them around.
I'm not a fan of taking something apart once I've built it. So
well, it's quite easy to change the head, so I'll take that one off.
It is if you've got two heads, but if you've got to take one off, then take parts of one off, and everything like that, then it's a bit of a pain to change its head. Instead of two iron axes and two blasters, I would have happy with one iron blaster, one axe, and two heads. But that's my personal preference. Then you could change the head to whatever you wanted. Yeah, definitely. Like you, I don't know if he needed both, two axes, two swords and two blasters. I don't think he actually needed like both, but it gives the thing is with this model, it gives you options, which is brilliant. A lot of part works we could have where we've built them and then we've gone, we should have had an option there, we should have had extra bits, and they've actually provided that with Optimus Prime, so I think that's quite good. Really, not many models where you get like extra bits, like extra weapons or extra heads and all this sort of stuff, so that's quite good. I do like it that you get the armored head, so the one with the mouth guard and the actual mouth. I prefer it with the mouth. He looks a lot better, I think. That's again down to personal preference, but I would have liked to arrange the heads a heck of a lot easier instead of a couple of issues on an iron blaster. If you know what I mean.
Obviously we've got to do stuff, and I think it could have been 100 issues if they'd cut out the blasters and the swords.
I also like we said all the way through it, when we found out we were getting two axes and two blasters, the not one scene in the first movie is he got two axes and two iron blasters.
No, he does pull out one. He does have a shield in one of them in Dark of the Moon and stuff. He has different weapons as well, but this is based mainly on the first design. So Optimus Prime, they tweak his design in every film, a bit like the Terminator.
Yeah.
So he's different, but this version is based on the first time we see him in the first movie. And he doesn't have two blasters. He does in Revenge of the Fallen, the second one, and he does have the two knives as well, because they get so bent up that they turn into claws. They turn into hooks, and that's where he rips Glendor, I think his name is, his head apart like that on the forest scene where he dies. But yeah, I don't think in the first movie he doesn't have the two blasters or the two swords. But it's good that they've given us the option. But I think the version they've gone with is the first one, and he doesn't have that on that. But I mean, you know, they've given it the ability so you can put them in, and you can hold the guns as well. How many times have we had trouble with holding something? With the gun, it slides in, so it really does just hold it. So that's a good option as well. But I think overall, are you impressed with it? That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm overall impressed with it. But like any model, it does have its downsides. So changing the batteries is a complete nightmare, because you have to unscrew the battery box from the tank. Then you need to undo two screws to open the battery box up to put batteries in it. And also, which I found out, is you cannot leave the switch in the on position, even if you have no lights on it at all. It will drain the batteries.
It does, I'm wondering how it was just on standby mode or something like that. I don't know. A bit like sometimes with the remotes, they tend to drain because they're waiting.
Yeah, the Terminator remote was like that. You'd switch it off, but it still draw power from the batteries, and the Optimus Prime does the same.
Yeah.
So that is a bit of an idea, I think, was an oversight. They really should have looked into that a bit better. It was easy enough to do a power mod for mine, though. So it was easy enough. I had the JST connectors. I just needed to buy an adapter, which I could change the voltage. And then I just unplugged the wire from the battery box going into the circuit board to a powered one. So that was quite
and what I did on mine as well is that I unscrewed the battery compartment and I've left it loose.
Yeah.
It's easier to get in and out if you leave it you can leave it unscrewed, and I have, because it's easier to get in and out. Now I absolutely love it. It's great. I'm a massive Transformer fan, so this is gold for me. This is absolutely perfect size. The only thing for me, really, the only big disappointment for it, if I can say that, is it has no voice.
No.
Now they could have done a sound chip in it, because we've got the base, the battery in the tank. The other side, the other tank is completely hollow, and you can actually open it the same way. So I'm surprised they didn't put a voice box or something, or a speaker or something in there, or even in the base.
Yeah.
That's really, for me, that's the only thing really it's missing, is the voice thing. I'm wondering whether that comes down to like licensing or something like that, where it's it's an extra license on top, and they have to try and get the sound clips and all of that. So it's probably cheaper for them not to. But apart from that, I'm so impressed with it. It's such a good model. He moves his arms and you can put him in positions.
For me,
but yeah, the voice thing's the only thing really it's missing.
I would have preferred it if they'd have put the chest bit in, the spark in his chest.
He doesn't get the all spark until the second movie.
Yeah, but it does say in the first movie, put it to his chest, and
that's the second movie.
No, it's the first movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, you're talking about the all spark.
Yes, in the first movie.
Yeah, the cube.
Yes.
Yeah. If he had the cube, it would have been quite good. I think of it. I think I've got one. I think I've 3D printed one.
Yeah.
Because he has a little shard where he puts it into Megatron's chest.
No, in the first movie, Sam actually holds it up to Megatron's chest, and
that's right,
absorbed into it.
But he does open his chest to show where it's got to go.
Yes.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the all spark would have been cool. That would have been quite a good little accessory, actually. because you could have had him hold it.
Yeah.
In his hand. Yeah, actually, I'm going to try and dig that out. I can't remember where I'll put that now. You've just reminded me.
So, standard base, what do you think?
Well, it's a standard base. It's pretty basic. It doesn't really do anything. As you can see, he's not on the base here. He's freestanding. Which is the first figure model I've ever had where you can freestand him.
Yeah.
And I don't use the pole behind him or grab his chest or anything like that. He stands pretty well like he is. So I'm quite impressed with that.
Well, the thing to go around his chest actually doesn't fit around his chest.
Oh, right. Do you know what? I haven't even tried it because he's already quite stable. His feet are quite solid.
Yeah. Premium base.
Yeah.
It's nice and it's made, but it's way, way too big.
Too big.
Obvious. Yeah. I think
too tall or what?
Too tall and too wide. And where you've got a touch power button, and it's on the back right-hand corner.
Right.
Now, I was hoping to have it in there, but I can't get to the switch if I have the premium base there. So I've had to
right.
the standard base. So anybody who's doing the Darth Vader and they're going for the premium base, which is more or less identically the same, be aware it is going to be huge.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Also, with the premium base, is that the panels do not connect together. The acrylic panels, they don't connect together.
They just place on, do they?
They just place on. And the only way you're going to be able to get the acrylic top to stay together is you're going to need acrylic glue.
Right.
Or use tape, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you paid out all that money and now you were thinking, great, I'll get a clear acrylic case, no problem. And then, the tabs, they just don't stick together. There's no friction there whatsoever to keep them together. So, and with that, what happens when you put the lid on? The sides start to sag.
Right.
So it's not a very good design at all for the acrylic top. That let it down in the end. Also, with the final pack, they sent bits, but no instructions for them.
Right. So you don't know where they go?
Well, I kind of figured out how the thing around the chest worked.
Yeah.
And all the other bits and pieces just by doing it. But if you weren't similar, if you wasn't too sure, it would be a nightmare for you.
Right.
So, I don't know why. Somebody did leave me a comment on the video saying that they sent an email with the instructions in it. I never got that email. And I've been checked my junk and everything.
I think you had to request it, if I remember rightly. I think you have to request if you want it.
That was the other thing. I shouldn't have had to go to the lengths I did to get the instructions to build the premium base.
Yeah.
That was a complete letdown that I had to email them for them to send me the PDFs.
Yeah.
And it was actually, I sent a complaint in saying, look, this is ridiculous that every premium base instruction pack, I'm having to email you just to get hold of them. Why are you not sending me these when I'm paying for it?
Yeah.
And then they just saying, right, okay, then here's all of them.
Fair enough.
That's not right.
No, they should have sent it out as a file, either to everyone or just put it out there somewhere on a Facebook or something.
Well, they could have done it easily. They could have known who the premium people were and literally put it on the website where you can download the PDF instructions anyway.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense. And to be honest with you, that's what put me off going for the premium base for the Darth Vader, because of the trouble I had over getting the instructions for it. I thought, I'm not going through that again. So
did you? What I want to ask, what parts do you find the best part to build, if you know what I mean?
I would have said the head.
I'm going to go with the chest. I thought it was quite straightforward. The chest, it wasn't. The worst part for me, I would say, was attaching the arms.
Yeah, me too.
The arms were quite straightforward. He does have sort of a thin, flimsy arm over his legs, where most of his bulk is really. But I had, you can see it on my video, I had quite a bit of trouble attaching the arms. I got there in the end. Yeah. But it to be fair, it shouldn't have been that hard, but it was. But anyway, it is.
My left arm, putting that on, I had to sand down the connection from the shoulder because it was about 5 mil out. It was terrible casting, and literally there I'm sanding it down for about 2 days to get it to fit properly. That was a nightmare. So I don't know whether I had a bad casting or whatever from the metal, or it's been bent in the shipping or something like that. I don't know, but that was not great at all. Putting his leg down.
It did take me a couple of hours. I mean, I did do the worst bit on the video, but I cut out the majority of it because it was just all about the lining up.
Yeah.
And it kept dropping. You have to there's a certain way of doing it, and you have to make sure that the nut at the back is in properly.
Yeah.
And keep your finger on it right. And it was just a bit of a nightmare attaching the arms. That was probably, the legs went on perfect. In fact, the legs built and went on so smooth.
Fine, yeah.
The arms were okay. It's just attaching the arms. But the best thing I felt was when we built the chest. It was bulky. There was a lot on it, and it sort of snapped together really easy. In fact, the whole figure wasn't too difficult, if you know what I mean. In terms of other builds that we've had, this one actually was pretty straightforward. Most of it, 90%, 95%, 98% went fine.
All I'm going to say is it's brilliant, but you have to put kid gloves on when it comes to touching it. Touch it wrong, something does fly off.
I've been carrying him around by his crutch. So if I hold him like this, he's sort of all right, as you can see.
Yeah, some things have easily fallen off of mine that I've had to put back on, and that can be a bit of a nightmare.
I mean,
it's about the mirrors.
Yeah, we got the spare ones.
Yeah,
which are good. I've still got mine here. I haven't even I've took the window wipers off as well because I didn't want them keep falling off because they just kept falling off. But I've got them in there. I've got the spares in there as well. But I think this is more of a model piece, if you know what I mean, than like anything else. If that makes any sense.
You position it to how you want it to do, and then leave it be unless you need to dust it.
Yeah.
And even then, dusting it, I would say dust it with some air.
I use because I'm in a house full of girls. I have a blusher brush. It's very, very soft, and it works. You just brush it over, and it works absolutely perfect to get dust off stuff.
I have 3 of them, but I'd still use that. I would use my air gun for it.
Yeah. I just brush it over the certain bits that are, dusty, and it gets straight off. But there's quite a lot of these around the house. So,
overall, I am really impressed. I don't, like I said in my video, I said quite a lot's happened with this build.
Yes.
So it led to us doing the Sunday Part Work live stream.
Yeah, it did.
We've become really good friends through it all because we kind of chatted before, and we both said, no, we're going for the Fanhome Optimus Prime, and then we're like chatting with each other every day and looking forward to the Sunday show. So it has been an incredible journey with it.
Yeah, it's got a lot to answer for because, like I said, we started the Part Work live Sundays because of Optimus Prime. We were doing it when we were doing the packs and we were going through it, and then it just developed into something else. But I'm a little bit sad because it's over, and also because you can't get them again.
No,
he's completely gone from the website. He's in the the previous or old ones, but I'm surprised they haven't like brought him back out. I think now he's finished. I think most people would be like, "Oh, I might actually build that now."
Yeah,
but you can't. So it makes him a little bit unique, really, in that respect. That you can't really get any more.
At the end of it, I think at the end of the day, you've got a choice of which one you could build.
Yes.
So you could build the Agora one, or you could build the Fanhome one, and it's nice to have that option.
Yes.
The only time we've ever really seen two things of the exact same thing come out at the same time is when Harsher and Eagle Moss both released a Titanic.
That's right.
So
yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, it's interesting that there was the two versions that came out almost at the same time.
Yeah.
But I prefer the movie Optimus Prime.
Yes.
There's a lot more going on. He's a lot more detailed. There's a lot more. You can get a lot of good angles with him. But yeah, I think a lot of people nowadays, they like watching us build it so they can then get an idea of what it's like, and then they get it.
But you can't get it.
But you can't get it, and that's the sad thing, really, is that you can't build. I'm pretty sure he's going to come back, but
I think
you can't.
I think he'll come back as a full build from Fanhome, bit like the Megazord.
Oh yeah, he could do. Yeah, that would work. I think
that's finished. Give it a while. We might get it back by Fanhome as a full build option.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you're a Transformer fan, it's a must, I think.
Yeah.
It snaps together really easy. There wasn't really big issues.
Yeah.
There are, like you're saying, with most models that you can nitpick it all the time, little bits that you would change. But I think overall, it's fine. Like I said, the only major problem is the arms, getting the arms on, make the arms easier. And the lack of talking. That's the only other two. That's the two things I can really think off the top of my head. I really thought you should have included some sort of voice in.
Anybody who's worried about doing electronics in a model, this would be definitely up your street because it's not that much in there.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. It's just, I think the whole build is one of those sort of straightforward ones. You do get some bits that will test you, but like with any model. But I think this is much more easier to put together than a lot of other ones.
Yeah, definitely.
So definitely, yeah. If this ever comes back and you're thinking, should I don't know about part one, get Optimus Prime, because he is what he is. He's quite easy. It goes together really well. The electrics are very simple. It gives you a taste on what part work's going to be like. So
yeah, cool. Right, I'll go through some chat quickly.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to be here much, not like we are on the Sunday.
Yeah. It was just a little bit of a review on what we thought.
We need to finish what we started.
Yeah.
Carry on with the Sunday show. So 6:57 yesterday, we've got D Harris with a good evening, Mark and Kev.
Hi, D.
Hi, D. So at 6:58, because I was in there waiting for D to come in there and put that comment, I went, hi, D. Then D says, and a good evening, Kevin, Mark, and all in chat. So good evening, D.
Hi, D again.
And then D says, also my favourite, the movie one out the two. Yeah. He's definitely looking the part. There's a lot more detail on him, I think. Yeah. So I like it. You know. D says, imagine if they do it with the SR-71 Blackbird spare parts. Goodness knows how many issues. Yeah,
with Jetfire's add-ons.
Yeah,
that would be. He would bulk up around here. I think he would around here. So he has the jetpack on him and the wings and stuff.
That's from the second movie, which they changed his appearance.
Yeah, there's slight changes in every one of his films, mainly towards his chest. So if you ever watch the movie, you watch the first movie, this is what his chest looks like. And if you look at the second movie, it changes.
His colours also change as well.
Yes, they do. Yeah, and the third film, his chest is almost like a rib. It's like a rib cage design. looks a lot more human.
Well, the reason for the colour changes is from the first film to the second film, they made advances in red being in movies and being easier to shoot. So that's why he's mainly all blue and a bit of red in the first movie, is because red is apparently an absolute nightmare to film with.
Yeah.
So we've got Ian's World of Models. He says, "Evening, guys. Looking good now it's finished. Thank you, Ian."
Thank you, Ian.
D. Harris says, "Silicon similar to fish tank sealant." Yes, you can get that, or you can get some, like I said, you can get some acrylic glue. I've used it before when I used to build sumps for fish tanks, for marine tanks. So I used to build them for people in my spare time. And Dale Mark says, "I just went with a standard base for Vader." Yeah, me too. My reason for that is, like I said, it was just a nightmare getting the instructions from Fanhome to do the premium base.
I think the standard base, I mean, it's good enough that they give. I mean, this was the sort of first sort of figure of, apart from Robocop, which is just behind me there.
Yeah.
Because we weren't too sure if the premium, because we always thought the premium that is the base. You only get that base. Now I never thought that we would actually get a standard base.
Yeah.
So it's really good that we got the standard base. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is really standard. It's just a black circle with the Autobot logo on it. That's it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, if how's it all lit up? How does it look lit up?
It looks nice lit up. The quality is really good. It's just at the end, the clear acrylic pieces just don't go together easy at all, and they just have to use either tape or whatever to put it together. And it's humongous. It's absolutely huge, really huge. So it's and where they position, like I said, the switch. Instead of maybe having the switch on the front, they've got it at the back, at the side. I just can't access the switch.
I'm wondering whether they've done that to sort of hide it, if you know what I mean, so it doesn't. It's not sort of out on display sort of thing. Yeah. And I'm wondering with the size, because they've also got the same base for the Lynch King.
Yes.
So I'm wondering whether they've built a case which is standard.
Yeah, and all they'd have to do is change the colour of the LED strips and the metal plate that goes on the front.
Yeah, meaning some models will come up bigger and smaller in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's probably why it looks taller, for like big for Optimus Prime, because it's a generic one that they use for anything, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
well, no, apart from that, I'm happy with it all. It looks amazing. You really got to see it to,
appreciate it. Yeah, the camera doesn't really you can't really tell the camera and stuff. Like there he is there, and I'll peek through here. But it doesn't really show you a lot, if you know what I mean. It's definitely one of those models that I think looks better in person.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy I built him. Obviously, a lifetime Transformer fan, so it was sort of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And it just sits in really well with everything else that I've got. So really happy with it.
A bit like the Dalek, isn't it? Really, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's a bit like the Dalek with me. That's like just absolute no-brainer. This was a no-brainer when Fanhome contacted me, and if I would build it for them, and that I was like, There was no second, but no asking what or anything like that. It was like, yes, that one, yes.
Yeah. Ian's World Mother says, "What do you guys think of the Agora pics released today? I couldn't resist. I have to have details. Look really good, and I bet there's going to be lots of mods to be had." Well, I think we're definitely going to go into that on Sunday, aren't we, Kev? Because we are.
Yeah, we'll go into that question more on Sunday, I think, because we're talking about Optimus Prime here, but we will definitely go into that quite a bit, because there's a bit that we want to say about that. But I think if we were giving it a star rating out of 10, what would you give it?
9.
Yeah, I'd give it a 9 too. Yeah, easy to build, looks really impressive, easy electrics. yes, one or two things let it down, like the batteries and putting the arms on. But apart from that, this thing is outstanding. Well done, Fanhome, because you've got a good one here.
And I think now it's been built. I think a lot. If they did bring it out, I think a lot more people would go.
I think now, like you're saying, now it's been built. I think if you ever brought it back out again, Fanhome, they wouldn't have trouble selling it because it's just it looks brilliant.
Fantastic. Well, I think we'll leave it there then.
Yeah,
definitely. We'll be back Sunday at 7 p.m. Back at it. And there's not much more to say on that. So thank you everybody for watching, who's watching. And we'll be back this Sunday at 7 p.m. for the Parkwork live show. So good night, everybody.
See you later, guys.
Bye.